Hey, everyone, welcome. Love him or loathe him, Farage doesn't half get their goat up, doesn't he? Now, this was in the House of Commons. At Starmer's Prime Minister's questions, someone decided to not ask the Prime Minister a question at all, but we should ask Farage and Reform. And Reform held their own and allowed these absolute children to embarrass themselves and embarrass us on the world stage. They like to use that term, don't they? The world stage. Let's have a listen to what they say and how they behave, shall we? You've got to remember, these are the people we've got in charge of the country, and we wonder why we're living in a shithole.
And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Let's continue with the video, shall we?
The honourable member for Clacton says that his party is, and I quote, open to anything when it comes to changing our NHS and open to an insurance-based system.
So, if I can assure the honourable member for Rugby that Reform want healthcare to be free at the point of delivery.
Now, I don't know about you, but this NHS golden cow, the idol they worship, has to have something on them, doesn't it? Do you think they're actually using the NHS? I don't know. This is just speculation, obviously. Using the NHS to spaff money up the wall and hide illicit income, shall we call it? Because it does seem that any question on how it's being run, any suggestion of reform or changing what it is, other than just giving them more and more money, is immediately catcalled like they're in primary school. And it doesn't stop there. It just carries on and carries on. This, at this point, would make me say, Lindsay Hoyle, Sir Lindsay Hoyle, don't know why you deserve that, but there you go. You're an absolutely crap speaker. You're supposed to keep this rabble in line. But let's see how he behaves, shall we?
I'm sorry.
If it was up to me, I'd personally get rid of the NHS altogether. I'd scrap it all and start again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Speaker. There appears to be some panic on that side of the House. I'm not surprised.
Terror, I'd call it. Terror. They know that they're just as dead in the water as the Tories are now in the eyes of the public. And they are desperate to not allow Farage, or anyone else for that matter, to have a say.
The Prime Minister.
Street in space there. If that doesn't say terror, I don't know what does.
I'd like some advice, please. What do I say? Oh, they really are panicking, aren't they?
He would ask the question if you'd shut your face hole for 2 seconds.
Order!
Hey, he's finally said something. Woohoo! Let's make sure that he keeps everybody in line, shall we?
I want to get this question over with. All you're doing is...
Oh, so he's just going to have a go at Farage as well. That's very impartial, isn't it?
Whatever. Quick question.
To ask the Prime Minister for some advice, what do I say to 25,000 constituents in Clacton, including... Prime Minister, to 25,000 constituents in Clacton, including 99-year-old Jim O'Dwyer, who flew a full set of missions on Lancaster bombers as tail end Charlie, as they're losing their winter fuel allowance, feeling the pinch, whilst at the same time we're prepared to give away a military base and pay £18 billion for the privilege of doing so.
Now, I don't care what this absolute lying Fraggle says at this point. Nothing justifies giving away our land to a country that never deserved it and then having to pay an absolute extortionate fee for the privilege. Now, I would also say, look at where the money goes, because I guarantee there's something else going on with that.
Mr. Speaker, he talks of panic. The only panic is people using the NHS who know that under his policy he wants to charge them for using the NHS.
Now, his policy wants to reform the NHS. However, that needs to be done. What your policy is, throw our money at it until it shuts up, and it never does it? Surprising that, isn't it? If you throw money at something, it constantly asks for more and more and more. Blow me over with a feather, so to speak. Absolutely shocking. Let's have a listen to what he says.
And what he should say to the people of Clacton when he finally finds Clacton...
He's got a nerve. I'm surprised you're even in the UK. Is there anywhere else you'd like to go? He's never here, is he?
is that they should vote Labour because we're stabilising the economy and boosting the jobs.
Do you feel like everything's being stabilised, everyone? Does anyone that's listening now feel like the country's economy is being stabilised? Or do you think we're just getting the same old socialist rhetoric? Everything's going fine until your money runs out, and then it'll all go to crap, like every single time it's ever been used. Let me know what you think, though. I'd like to know your opinion. It's a joke, isn't it? We're attacking our own to protect the world, and I don't think we should be protecting anyone other than ourselves. See you on the next one, everyone.